I mean, okay, I'm just in there. Hello, welcome back to another mukbang. I made a really good chicken sandwich. You can check out the recipe. If I remember, I'll try to put a link in the description. Don't self any editing, please do that. And I'll tell you, I mentioned it in the video, but I'll tell you how I came upon this sort of recipe for this chicken sandwich. Chicken and cheese, just simple, with olive bread. I'm really hungry as well. Wait, I've got napkins, hang on. I'm back with a napkin, and over here I've just got the usual, some apple and blackberry squash. Super hungry. I've only really eaten like half a packet of those tortellinis with some tomato sauce and a hot chocolate and napkins. So let's get started. Do check out the recipe. I feel like you'll really enjoy the recipe. It's really simple and really tasty. That is good. So, as I said in the video, when I was not a kid, but when I was younger and I didn't really know how to cook, I was in that stage where I was really interested and I tried, but I just didn't have the know-how. And my dad was and still is in that stage. And oh, it's good. The peppers still have a slight crunch to it. I love that. So, me and my dad used to every now and again just throw together a meal. He'd watch a lot of Jamie Oliver for inspiration and for a bit of that flair, and he'd try to apply it to the cooking as well. So, I love the chipotle cheese. I'm definitely going to get it again. It's so good. It's really tasty. So, the way our cooking often went, when we didn't know how to cook, was we'd basically gather all the spices that we had in the house, like all our herbs and spices, rosemary, sage, thyme, paprika, everything, like, you know, your Perry shakes and stuff, and we'd both smell each one of them to try to think how it would taste if we used it. You know, oregano, sniff. Do we want the taste of that in this? Yeah, go on. Do we want the smell or taste of rosemary in the dish? Maybe not. You know. And so it's very thrown together. But it somehow works. Like it never turned out really badly. And this is sort of how we came up with something like this. I think my dad improved it. Like it was mainly his idea, I think, for this one. But he did this thing where we'd throw together like cream cheese and mustard. You know, if the chicken looked a bit dry and we thought, uh-oh, you know, we'd throw in like the cream cheese and stuff to sort of soften it out and change the flavours, make it something different. And so he started doing these spicy chicken mixes for sandwiches. And they were really, really good. And he hasn't done it for years. It was really nice. So I just suddenly thought of it, and I had this craving to try and replicate it again. It's been so long. It was really good fun. Stuff it back in there. So, there's some cheese crusted on the bottom. So good. But it really gave me the confidence to start really cooking in the first place. And so I've developed my skills quite a bit since then. I'm not an expert. I'm not like the great chef or anything like that. I'm inexperienced. But I wouldn't say I'm a terrible cook either, because you just got to have the confidence to try things out, otherwise how else are you going to learn? Even if things fail, and even now obviously things don't always go too well, and I do end up having to throw out a dish, or I'm just not pleased with it. Then you learn from it, and it works out really well. You have that benefit where you don't even need to buy recipe books anymore. Everything is there online. You want to make a chocolate cake? Type it into Google. You'll find hundreds. And it's just a matter of which one looks the best to you, and following some simple directions. And that's what I really love. So there's no excuse to not really cook. I feel like it's hard to be a terrible cook in this age. Like, you have to try at it. There's everything's there. You look on Instagram, you look on YouTube, there's tons of cooking videos. You've got Tasty, what's the other one? Twisted, BuzzFeed, all that. They're throwing together these recipes and they look great. I mean, I can't say all of them really look the best, but a majority of them are really good. And it gives you good inspiration. My sandwich is already getting messy. Oh, typical. This is kind of why I wanted to start YouTube as well. I didn't realise until I started uni how little people actually cook. The people I lived with in my first year of uni, they didn't really have a clue, some of them. I mean, one had a frying pan and he never used it once. Ever. Every single meal I saw him have were ready-made or takeouts. Like your microwave meals, just throw it in. That was all. He never made eggs or anything like that. I think the most he did was a toasty. That kind of thing. So, just try to shove it all back in. Oh man. So that's why I kind of wanted to start doing videos, to show that even on a university budget, it's definitely possible to make yourself a good meal, and quickly and easily. I understand some people have really hectic days. It's possible from time to time. I don't understand not cooking every day. It might not be everyone's thing, but you always find something that you can do. Even if it's like a soup where you can just sit and leave it. mean, this could be done in under an hour, so. I'm sorry it's such a messy mukbang though. But it is a good sandwich. Mm. I feel like this mix would also be really nice with pasta. You know, bake it up a little, make it nice and cheesy and gooey and mm. I love a good creamy pasta bake. I prefer it to a tomato sort of based pasta. I really like the creamy pastas a lot more. My neighbours make a really nice pasta bake. And they know I really like theirs. So when I'm visiting, sometimes they'll make up some for me, which is really sweet. It's just nice and tasty and creamy. So good. The bread is really nice as well. I got it from Aldi, their bake at home bread, olive. Really good. I tried their tomato one as well, but I think I prefer this one. I love olive bread though. It's really good. I also really appreciate those of you being leaving kind comments and subscribing to my videos. It's nice having the support to keep uploading, even though my schedule's like not the best right now, but the only thing is it's kind of that hurty bread. You know, the type that scratches up your mouth a bit. It's so good, but it's scratching up my mouth. I love them. I actually really love Subway's Italian herb and cheese bread. I like herby breads like that. And you can eat one without having a sore mouth afterwards. I think I'm getting a wisdom tooth coming in, a second one. I mean, I've got one up here. That's still coming through. Luckily it's growing in a good place, so it's not interfering with the rest of my teeth, so that's fine. I had braces, so I'd really get upset if it started shifting on my teeth again. I think I've got another one growing on the bottom left, and it's really weird because it feels like I've got food stuck in my gum, but obviously I can't get it out. And I figured, oh no, there's another one, because I had a little ache there a few days ago, and then the next day I started to feel that food stuck in my gum sort of feeling. So, no. But I'm not worried. I don't think it's growing too close to my other teeth. Let's just hope it behaves itself. My sister has just had, my big sister has just had her wisdom teeth growing in as well. And she said hers was really painful. I'm lucky with mine so far. But I've heard clove oil apparently really helps. Like a little dab of clove oil on your wisdom tooth helps against the pain. Don't know how true that is. I think my sister said it helped her. So if you're having wisdom tooth issues, try it out and see. Can't hurt. I was just watching South Park, that episode where they everyone's intolerant to gluten. I love South Park. I don't really get why everyone gets so offended by it. I mean, they're offensive, but they're offensive to everyone. So I don't have a problem with watching it, and I'm not going to complain too much about it because they don't pull it. I don't understand if they targeted one person alone, but I feel like they target everyone and everything, so by that point it's not an issue. You know, they target everything. I don't feel a need to get too offended over a cartoon, to be honest. This is really enjoyable. There's a slight amount of heat to it, but just enough to give it a really good flavour. Because I think with this type of sandwich, I wouldn't want it to be completely mild. And you can add as much spice or as little as you want, but it's just the perfect amount in there. I really like it. I don't know if it's because of the cheese or if it's because of the fajita seasoning or both, but it's really enjoyable. I love that cheese. I feel like that cheese is what made it. It was like so good. If you're ever in Asda and you see Chipotle chili cheese, definitely try it out. Also, try it out in burgers. It's really good. I'll be going home for the holidays soon. See my cat again. I'm hopefully going to have like a little roast dinner with my family and make a nice coffee cake. And I'll try to record the coffee cake that I made. I think it's a Rick Stein recipe. Yeah, Rick Stein. But I'm going to change it just a little bit to match how I want it to be. So yeah, I'll try it out and see how that goes. I'll definitely try to upload it, record it and upload it. I don't know if I'll record the actual meal. Just depends how it is. I'll see at the time. But it might just be too hectic to do that. It's usually just family time. And, you know, I've got my exams next month. I've got to study for that. I don't know. I always find it really hard knowing where to look when I'm filming. Like if I'm talking, I like to look at the camera. It's like I'm making eye contact almost. But otherwise, if I'm just silent and chewing, it feels a bit awkward to just watch the camera, like try to. It feels too weird. I'm just looking at the TV. I've got it paused on South Park still. frostbite. I'm sorry if my sniffling is really bothering you. I mean, I'm always sort of sniffly, I don't know why. I think my nose is just really sensitive and anything sort of just sets it off, like any sort of dust or cold weather, hot weather, allergies. I don't know exactly what it is that just makes me so sniffly. But I'm always sniffling. Like my sister knows it's me coming down the stairs because she'll just hear and she'll know, oh, it's the sniffy nose. It's really frustrating actually. But I don't know why. Anyway, that was a really good sandwich. And it was just enough to make me feel good. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely please do leave a like and subscribe. Show your support and click that notification bell if you want to keep on top of things. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and if you have a criticism, please say it nicely. I do have feelings too. But otherwise, I'll try to keep uploading, and I'm sorry again about my hectic, sort of weird uploading schedule. But I will try my best to keep on top of things, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day.